Early in the morning, wake your goat mouth ass up.
Oh, yiggity, you know who it is, Jay Lava, and you read the Keep It P podcast, where we take news and situations, everyday occurrences, and we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. And I'm not trying to tell you what to think, I'm trying to show your ass how to think. That's the reason why I bust down the motherfucking articles the way I do. Hey, all right, so what? Yeah, y'all know what it is. Let's get right on into it. So the question that I'm asking is, are Africans willing to team up with any and everybody just to slight and compromise and sabotage us as Black Americans? Well, this article suggests so. It says federal authorities charged 48 people in Feeding Our Future investigation, allegedly largest pandemic fraud in the United States. Wow. Okay. It says following a sprawling 8-month investigation, federal authorities on Tuesday announced a wave of criminal charges related to alleged embezzlement of more than $250,000 from federal nutrition programs. The indictment may connect to a nonprofit called Feed Our Future and have implications of prominent local leaders in politics, housing, business, and education. Well, says federal prosecutors charged 48 people Tuesday with their role in the alleged embezzlement of more than $250 million from a government program intended to feed low-income families, in the largest case of COVID pandemic fraud in the nation. So what you want to bet that the people that the money was supposed to go to is black? What you bet that? They don't want to say black because they ain't never going to say black people, but that's the reason why they all took it like they took it, because they knew it was from some black people, and they was just like, F them Negroes. The criminal charges include conspiracy, wire fraud, money laundering, and bribery. At the news conference Tuesday on the federal courthouse in Minneapolis, U.S. Attorney Andrew Luger outlined how the scheme worked, its players, and the criminal charges against them. Their goal was to not make as much money for themselves as they could while falsely claiming to feed children during the pandemic, Luger said. Before long, it grew to become the largest pandemic fraud in the United States. Amy Bach, executive director of the defunct Feed Our Future, allegedly recruited dozens of individuals to open more than 200 food sites. Investigators allege that in a little over 20 months, these operations fraudulently reported providing more than 125 non-existent million meals to children. That's a lot of food. 125 meals, and didn't nobody see or do nothing? Y'all just didn't know this fake food was around, huh? Didn't nobody know nothing, huh? That's what you're gonna tell me. All right. It says on site, Wilmer claimed to be feeding 22,000 children per week at a number that would represent half the school-aged children in the town, but only 33 names on the feeding site reimbursement list matched the names of real children from the school district. Instead, Luger said the suspects created fake names with random online name generators and pocketed millions of reimbursement funds. In some cases, suspects used an Excel formula to randomly generate ages between 7 and 17 to fill out the reported forms. The randomly generated names were often matched with different randomly generated ages from 1 month to the next. Federal authorities assembled an impressive case in which Mitchell Hamilton, school law professor of Immigrants, Joseph Daly, but financial fraud cases, such as the magnitude of such, defendants are in a complex and a challenging situation. All of these people are charged with very, very serious crimes that can get them prison for quite a long time. Now, you notice he said can. There wasn't no definite, wasn't no for sure, but it could happen though. So basically, it's more likely that it probably won't happen. It says there are difficult cases to prove, but the prosecutors laid it out in an impeccable way and quite remarkable and stunning manner, and they were able to gather all the information in this period of a year and a half. It says Lugar said the suspects moved quickly and established mill sites and companies almost overnight. Defendants allegedly created fake food invoices to cover up the fraud. The false food sites sent kickbacks to feeding our family employees who established fake LLCs to launder the money. The defendants work incredibly fast, stealing for themselves at a breakneck pace. To date, law enforcement has seized 60 bank accounts, 14 vehicles, 45 pieces of property valued at more than $50 million. We continue to find and seize property, Lugar said. Some examples of property subject to forfeiture and one indictment include 8 pieces of property in Minnesota, Kentucky, Ohio, several cars including a Porsche Macan, a Tesla Model Y, and bank accounts holding millions of dollars, miscellaneous electric devices, jewelry, clothing, and accessories, Louis Vuitton duffel bag seized from a 2021 Dodge Ram 1500. So they was just going on a little spin spree. Now this is what's important. Wait till y'all hear who is involved. The indictment announced Tuesday to have ensured influential political players, nonprofit executives, and education leaders. Among those charged today include Amy Bach, Abdi Salah, Shamarke Issa, like Issa Rae. Shamarke, she's the former school board chair of Minneapolis Public Housing Authority. Ooh. Trying to shine. Listen to this other name. Abziz Farah, Mukhtar Mohammed Sharif, the chief executive officer of African Hospitality Group. The other dude was a South Metro businessman and founder of the former executive director of the charter school in Burnsville. Mahad Ibram, entrepreneur, owner of the Think Tech Act Foundation. Abraham Muhammad Ahmed, also known as Chef Apkos, owner of the Safari restaurant. I know the Safari restaurant. Sahan journalist compiled a list of a whole bunch of other people, so y'all can go see who else is in there. But basically, the long and the short of it is, they actually got the spot: Safari Restaurant and Event Center, S&S Catering, Empire Cuisine and Market, Brava Restaurant and Cafe, Haji's Kitchen, Jig Jigga Business Center, a South Minneapolis mall and event center housing several what? So they saying the business center over South, so you gotta be from Minneapolis, know what I'm talking about. But over South on Lake Street in Chicago, street called Chicago, y'all. They shutting the shit down. Said the criminal charges revolve around various players and 6 organizations. Ooh. It says suspects in this case were interested in feeding our future, were interested in feeding their own gluttonous pockets, they say. In response to the questions from the journalism at the end of the news conference, the U.S. Attorney Lager said that some defendants have fled the country. Well, ain't that something? Y'all come over here, y'all take from foundational black Americans, right? All while telling us we lazy and we need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, but here y'all go, founders of organizations that's planted right in the core of probably black communities, and y'all sitting here caca and kiki smiling and dialing like it's all to the good, and really y'all rape, pillaging, and plundering just like colonizers. That's how I tether do you, though. I mean, we expect the PC people to do this. It's y'all, the so-called, but there goes y'all black and brown or y'all people of color coalition. Y'all told you that shit don't exist. We was the only one playing that game. Nobody else was on board with that shit. Nobody. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this. Are y'all surprised that, so-called other black people is colluding against us to rape and pillage our community of resources? Let me ask you something. Do black people go over to anywhere in Africa and rape and pillage their resources and all that? No. Do we go over there and get into their political system and then try to tell them what they don't deserve and what they don't need and what they ain't supposed to get? No. We don't do that. But they do. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna just mold you, fold you, and scold you about being all the way up on all type of codes. And I got 4 words that I'll leave you with now. It's love, with the peace, got the blessings, and it's Maloha. Gotta go high for show high. You already know how, out the door high, and you can't get no more high. Ow!
We need to go out here and say exactly what we want. And we got to say it with our chest. And we kind of start pussyfooting around, and we got to stop being scared to say exactly what we want, what we need. We need that paper. Say it with your chest. Damn all that. We need justice. We need y'all to love us. No. We don't need that paper. We need reparations in the form of a check. Let's stop being afraid to say that.